Good evening, VPG! Welcome to the Tuesday night VPG stream. How are you all? Domino, how are you?
8-Ball, I'm stressed because I've been on the phone for 4 hours with a phone provider. It's taken a lot of mental fortitude to stay sane throughout that period, but I'm back here in my calm, my happy place, 8-Ball.
This is it, and hopefully for you guys at home as well, this is your happy place 3 times a week, Monday, Tuesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. I say 8 p.m. sharp because it's literally 8 p.m. now. That is pretty good from us. What is not good though, Domino, is trying to find a stream for this game. So whilst we do that, we'll have a little look through the team sheets and of course who's playing who tonight, because that's probably what you want to know. First up, SAF Prolific taking on VLG FG. That is 5th place first, respectively. However, SAF do have those 5 games in hand, and by my calculations, 11 points behind. I made notes and didn't put how many points they were behind. Good job, 8-Ball. Good job. Second game of tonight is Capri Carlesque versus a team's name we're going to butcher throughout the rest of the evening. It is IKI TEAM. We're going to call them the IKI TEAM, or maybe just team for short, but the Spaniards, the K team, the other team that's not Capri Carlesque. If there are any IKI players or management staff, let us know, and we can get that team hopefully pronounced the correct way for the rest of the stream. But that is the semi-final, so stay tuned for that one. That's at 8:25, all things being well, of course. Moving on to Esports Premier, guys, you know the drill now. One Mind versus Fluminese. That is your 8:45, and then the main event of the evening is for the win. 5th place for the win, Domino. Creeping up there in the table. They are at home to Giants Fenerbahce, but the Giants are currently 14th in the league, Domino. It does look like that For the Win are not playing with the goalkeeper. I assure you that's probably not the case. I actually don't think it's legal to do that in VPG, but as soon as we find out who the goalkeeper is there, we'll let you know. But moving on to more pressing matters, it is now I've got the stream. Yes, there it is. Sentinel. Our cameraman from yesterday is also our cameraman for tonight. So let's play that in the background whilst we talk about these 2 giants of the UK scene. Domino, SAF Prolific yesterday didn't have the best of joy against a very plucky class side. They're now playing a very classy FG side. How do you see this one going?
Now, we say we've got 4 main events all the time when we come on this channel, 8-Ball. And I'm not going to lie, we're actually kicking off, in my opinion, with the main event. This is a huge game. SAF with a lot of games in hand. FG flying high. 5. And 5. And, and SAF, mate, last night were genuinely incredible. The results didn't go their way. They played some excellent football. They couldn't get on the score sheet, but again, plucky is the right word to use for that class teammate. Yep. They defended resiliently, but the game was end-to-end able, and I'm expecting SAF to do the same, because they're going to come and play an FG side that's not going to sit back there, that backs their chances against any team in this division. I can see them just going absolutely locking horns head-to-head. I genuinely think that's going to be the main event, the highlight of tonight. I'm going to call it here now.
This game is massive for 2 reasons. One, they are 11 points behind with 5 games in hand. So win all 5 of those for SAF Prolific and you're at the top of the league, regardless of what FG do. FG have still got to play them twice. They haven't played each other in the UK Premier this season. So they've actually got a really big say on what SAF Prolific do. And that's why this game tonight is massive. And I do believe, I'm sure I'll get corrected if not, I do believe they are playing again on Thursday in the UK Premier. It might be EU because I know they start to play each other in that as well. So again, correct me if I'm wrong, but these 2 giants, they have to play each other twice, and it's good for the league. It's good for the neutrals as well, because SAF Prolific and FG can't say, oh well, you know, the other one won the league because they had 5 games in hand, or they had, you know, they were 10 points clear at one point and we couldn't catch them up. They both have either points in hand or games in hand, so something's gotta give, Domino.
Yeah, absolutely, April. And a really good message. Jack Banks in the chat just saying, can we get an opinion on FG Porridge, please? And it's always my favourite segment of the show is Where's Porridge playing?
Modern day Phil Neville, Jack Banks. He's a modern day Phil Neville. Yeah, Porridge is playing in CDM tonight, so it's one of the positions I feel like is more natural for him. But it's also a position I don't think we've seen him play in for a little while. So again, Porridge Cam will be live for that, don't you worry. Speaking of individual players, Domino, 2 massive omissions tonight for SAF Prolific. SJ Clay and Crimmy are just not playing.
April.
Are just not playing. That is huge.
Well, it's massive, April. And Diddy, who is, to be fair, an excellent cam. He was getting a team ticking when he got on the ball. He was excellent in that game, April. He's got the job role of going up top and replacing a player off SJ Clay, who some would say sometimes unreplaceable, April. Yeah. And they're not going to have... I'm not saying Diddy can't play up top, but they're going to miss his creativity picking up the ball in pockets of space. And Crimmy is in the chat, April, but he's not on the team sheet. He's in the chat.
Good to see you, Crimmy. Good to see you. Cheering on from the sidelines is what we like to see. And the usual suspects for FG, Waddy in goal. We spoke about him countless times this season, Domino. Very, very good player. Bailey Ince goes back into cam. Jack 7 partners Sam Cooper up front tonight. Dilvix will work from out wide. But that's enough. That's enough of the team talks, because we've got a game on our hands here, Domino. Call it now for me. Call it now.
Do you know what, Rick? I think SAF got something between their teeth of losing on the channel. I reckon they're going to come back with a bit of a vengeance, April. I might see... I think I'm going to see a SAF win, but April, this is genuinely a coin toss, which I'm excited to see, and we are underway. Yeah,
absolutely. It's SAF Prolific with the 5 games in hand, 11 points behind league leaders FG. SAF are in the red, FG are in the white, and that's going to go all the way through to Waddy for his first touch of the evening. Probably not going to be his last one, Domino.
No, not at all, April. And it's going to be interesting to see how the teams line up here and how they're going to play, because we know that the FG team, like here, love to play through the lines. Yeah. And playing through the lines excellently there, April. Relentlessly winning it back. They're holding their territory edge of the box. It's got options to left or right. Nice little footwork. And that's what I like about FG. Nothing's rushed, April. Nothing seems forced. They do everything on their time.
It'll be interesting to see how SAF do settle into this, because whilst Crimmy is a very, very good player, as is SJ Clay, he is their captain. And then obviously in SJ Clay, you've just got like a solid member of the team, someone who plays, you know, a lot of games and is part of that core. Both of them missing tonight, so it would be really, really interesting to see how they, not necessarily see how they play, but how they just settle into it without those 2 massive parts of the team.
Yeah, and I do think Diddy does make things tick for them, April. In that cam position, you can find him with his back to goal, you can find him popping up on the wings, always available for the play. I do think he'll drop into a natural rhythm, April, and just keep going deep a little bit. Yeah. It does look like he's lined up here, though, April, as a cam.
Interesting. Trying to psych us out. As FG, as Domino said, keeping the ball nicely, seeing the lion's share of possession so far. Is the referee going to pull this back? No, he's not. Despite the advantage, no advantage was played, and it would be at the back with Zap, the goalkeeper for SAF Prolific. Tuanze looks to go long. Might get some change out of that. Diddy peeling off to that far side. Dilvik seen a lot of the ball, which I think is dangerous for this SAF side. And what we saw yesterday, Domino, was Cooler FX moving into that CDM position. Yeah, I think he can help fill that Diddy-shaped hole when you're looking for a player to run games. If they can get him on the ball as often as possible tonight, I think they will do well. But at the moment, he's having to do a lot more defending than attacking. Dilvix from range, blocked by Tuanze, who is an absolute brick wall. Diddy unable to get out of his feet because Sentinel was running down that line, their top goal scorer this season. FG keeping it nicely. Balians. Smith gives it off to Dilvix, occupying this right-hand side. Swings it in.
Great ball.
Yeah, Darmso clears that one, but it's going to come straight back at them. Again, talking about this SAF side settling in, Domino. Do they look particularly settled to you at the moment?
Yeah, 8 ball. And what I like about them, like I said, nothing's rushed. They're playing the game on their time. It does look like when again this FG team pick it up, they're again really settled on the ball. 8 ball. It's truly a 50-50, but I do think FG are winning the lion's share of possession, territory, and they're getting into this position, 8 ball, where they're kind of pinning them in their own box, and they're just like sparring with them, jabbing at them, trying to cause openings. And you know, a team like this can find it. It's just, if I was the SAF team, stay diligent, stay tight at the back, see the first 30, see the first half out, and then see if you can explore a weakness after that. But they're doing quite well here, April.
Yeah, at 0-0, they're definitely still in the game. I'm not sure whose it is to lose at this point, Domino, because FG don't want to give away any ground to this SAF Prolific side, but also at the same time, they've got the games in hand anyway. They've got the points in hand. I think tonight, whoever wins, it'll be more of a psychological blow than actually the fact that these two teams have got to play again. I think it's more of a psychological. It's almost like two legs, effectively, Domino.
Yeah, exactly that, April. And you always do want that psychological edge going into the next round, the next cut round against each other. But at the minute, it looks like it was warming up at the minute, April. But I think both teams, I wouldn't say reserved, but very cautious for each team.
One high up. Anui, he was stepping in tonight for Diddy in that cam roll. Almost had his name in lights. Cooler to Petcho. Anui again. Porridge and Co. I think that was Unity. Yeah, there he is. Getting his shorts dirty there with a slide tackle. Left one on Sentinel as well. He is injured. Dreaming about that last night, Domino. Leaving one on the top goal scorer. But so far it is 0-0. Defences are on top. SAF go all the way back home to Zap. And I think for the first half an hour of this game, Domino, FG managed to box SAF in and force them to go long. They weren't able to capitalise on that, and now it does look like SAF have just settled down a little bit. They're trying to play through the thirds. Wow. Try and play through those thirds a little bit more than before, and that could be a dangerous sign for FG if SAF do get settled. I think, as we said, without those two big players, without their gaffer in the starting 11, it was a good chance to catch SAF cold. They look like they're playing their way into it now.
That's a good ball. Sentinel still injured though, April. That is actually a big factor going forward.
Gino Vieira swings it in. Knockdown is on. Barry, who's been in sensational form recently, almost takes that under his spell. Almost. That was Sam Cooper there. Ball over the top. Diddy again, contesting for the header. Getting change out of it, but not finding his strike partner, his new strike partner.
Really good tackle. Very unlucky there. Ricochets back to them. But yeah, there's a chance to again pin them in that area.
And then they do, winning it high up and giving it away high up. SAF had a chance to go down the line. The referee says he's seen enough of this half, and stalemate so far, Domino. I think that's probably a good way to describe this first half. A tetchy first leg, as we said in commentary.
Yeah.
That kind of feel to this game.
Yeah, 8 ball. I mean, again, we're half the game gone, and it felt like a first round of a boxing match. Both two teams, normally you get that in the first 10, first 15 virtual minutes. There's a little bit of sparring to see what team's going to come out, how they're looking, how you're going to sit in a shape. But it kind of developed that kind of, everyone's in first gear at the minute, and that flowed throughout the first half. I mean, both teams are playing like they don't want to lose this game, which is absolutely fine. There's a lot on the line there. I don't know who a point favours more, if I'm completely honest with you. it might
It's
actually
almost-
favour both teams more.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like they're calling each other's bluff, and they say, well, if you attack us, we'll attack you, but also if you don't attack us, we won't attack you. And
Gentleman's truce.
Yeah, we'll either call it a truce. Well, I got very lucky there. We'll either call it a truce, or we'll just see you in the next leg when SAF have played some of their games in hand and more games have been played across the board. But at the moment, 0-0.
What a ball that is.
Shipped into Sentinel, their top goal scorer, but Waddy comes out, claims it as he usually does, goes long for FG in the white from left to right, top of the league, FG. Down that far side, cut out by Tuanze, goes long, Sentinel does fantastically well, and I thought
Diddy made a beautiful
exactly.
run
I
there, April.
thought Cooler might have seen it there. Instead, gave it to Pecho, and he also didn't see it. But it was good. They kept the ball, but then they played a ball that was arguably 15 seconds too late, and that really does sum up this first 50 minutes of this game, crying out for a bit of individual brilliance. And are we going to get it in this man? Diddy goes to Anahi, but Valiant's back there. That's the Cam back on his own goal line, Domino. That tells you everything you need to know about this game so far.
Yeah. Again, everyone's... Well, they're respecting each team's opposition maybe a little bit too much, but defensively sound, offensively just probably a little bit stifled of what they're doing, where they're trying to keep a hold of the ball. I think, again, these games are often contested, especially when they're set up like this. It's either you become a hero or become a villain in these games, April. It's one of them.
Pick your poison. Jack 7 skips past his man, gives it into Valiance. Gino Vieira does well to keep it on, and once again, SAF go long, headed down by... Both of them are, to be fair. They just can't find each other at the moment, and they are leaving 2v2 at the back. FG look happy to do that, and it's a slight gamble. If it pays off, I mean, if they win this, it's 14 points clear. They still will have those 5 games in hand, so it is still possible for SAF Prolific, but SAF at the moment, we saw yesterday, not in the world's greatest form. They did lose on stream last night to third place Class. They might still have a say in the league as well. If these two, pick up a draw, we're talking about a draw not being good for anyone. It'll be bloody good for Class.
I tell you what, mate, they're sniffing around.
Watch this space. Watch this space. And obviously there's mystery around as well. Heritage knocking at the door. Again, there's not a lot of football left to play, but there's enough football that a lot of teams can have a say in what goes on here.
Yeah, absolutely, April. And again, we're still probably in that first gear mentality here. Both teams. Oh, that's great. They're still there.
He's in gear 2 now. Back to gear 1. Porridge steps across and says, "No, we're not getting out of first gear. Come on, guys." Valiance, good feet from him, gives it to Sam Cooper from range.
That's not bad. That's
wow. Domino, he reacted so late to his pro reacted so late to that, and I thought it was going to nestle at one point, but what a big save that is. Very
I mean, a keeper of his standard, I do think they're the bread and butter kind of thing. You'd be disappointed if that went in the nicest possible way, April. But it did look like a react late. Weren't expecting it. Maybe just without the offense on both teams, he might have gone to sleep there. I
was going to say, he probably had his controller down. Neither goalkeeper had much to do, and there might be something to do here. Noe, edge of the box, gives it out wide to the on-rushing Gino Vieira.
Fantastic defending, Abel. Fantastic.
And they get something out of it as well. Bluefin that was, I believe, with the ponytail. Anticipated the shot early doors and manages to get his team a goal kick as well. And you know what I was going to say before SAF broke through from, again, another knockdown. And here's another knockdown. Sentinel, edge of the box, 3v3. Anoe, animal this time. They're taking it in turns to repel after giving the ball away. But here is Valiance, runner to his left and also on the right. Chooses the left. Far side for us is Jack 7. Whips a ball in. Tuanze needs 2 attempts at that one, but game just starting to open up a little bit. Ball down the line for a foot race. Bluefin versus Sentinel. Bluefin will win that back to Waddy. And we said that Waddy got a touch early doors and it won't be his last one. Well, to be honest, him and Zap have not really had that much to do. However, game is just heating up. Dare I say it, maybe second gear. Maybe. Valiance.
I mean, both teams are committing a lot of men forward because each team knows now, April, a goal wins you this game.
Smash and grab, isn't it? Smash and grab. Tuanze, good header from him, finds his leading goal scorer. Sentinel again getting change out of this back line, but FG close the door in their face once more. And again, it's given a free kick. Didn't look like a free kick, but the referee's not had to do much today. So maybe he just wanted to get involved a little bit.
He just wanted to blow his whistle.
Petcho gives it back to Tuanzi, who I don't believe wanted it there. Darmzo on a booking for that first half professional foul is the only thing the referees had to do today. Dean Smith wins that. Dilvik's down to his gaffer, gets it back. Bailey Ince entrusted to get something going, and he does. Dean Smith on the overlap. Barry, though, not slacking in that defensive department. With his manager watching from the sidelines, he'll be proud as a winger himself. Gino Vieira gives it inside to Cooler FX 3v3. They can pick the right pass. I have no idea what that was, though. It summed up the game, Domino. It summed it up, and this very may well sum it up, and it does. It does. A promising attack comes to nothing. And the UK Premier, arguably top 2 teams. This would not be a Super Sunday, Domino.
No, 8-ball. And, I mean, we've got 5 minutes left for someone to light up this game. Had you got it there? It's a great save. Is there a rebound chance? Very well done.
Another good save from Zap, though.
They're winning these knockdowns, 8-ball. There's got to be a trick here. Oh, they had the man there. If he just waited, held on a little bit longer.
Swings it, he's free!
Come in!
Oh, it's gilt edge. It's gilt edge. Saf would have said that was the perfect game plan if they'd scored there.
I tell you what, you can tell Diddy's ahead of the ball a lot. I tell you. It was great movement by him, though.
Well, here he is again, breaking into the box. I tell you what, it was arguably harder to miss a red shirt there. They had players queuing up. Saf smell blood. They know they probably should have nicked it there. Gilt edge for Diddy. And again, the game moves the player out of the way. And that is going to be game, set, and match. Sharing the spoils are these two sides. FG 0, SAF Prolific 0. They have to do it again Thursday night, I believe.
Yeah, and 8-ball. Sometimes with games like that on the channel, look, you're not calling anyone out. There's no way both teams have come on here just for a knockabout. That was competitive. Again, whatever happened with the managers or what you're trying to say or the team sheets or people not missing, it is a factor, but the game just didn't get going 8-ball. There was something missing in that game where the mechanics were nice for the players, the running was good, defending was clean and tidy. They just missed that bit of spark 8-ball. I think the spark was shots on target, just shots in general 8-ball. They cancelled each other out, and yeah, sometimes we get one of those games 8-ball. It is what it is.
We will move on. The top of the UK Premier is still looking tasty, boys and girls. We'll get you that league table on the Thursday stream. We'll let them play the rest of the games tonight and see where everyone is and what needs to be done on Thursday, because I think, you know, we've said this was the first leg, Domino. This was the first leg, and Thursday's going to be the second leg, and we'll go from there. Right then, we have got a humongous delay because Capri Carlesque, who are on in 2 minutes, are in the 10th minute of their game. So maybe we do go and have a look at that UK Premier table.
Yeah.
So we know what we're looking at. IKI, if you guys are in the chat, let me know if you guys are ready. In fact, I've got your stream, so I can probably keep an eye on you. But Capri Carlesque are 10 minutes into a game, so that might be an issue for everyone involved.
Do you know if they're actually playing a game, or they've just jumped in a quick friendly to get ready?
No, I think they're playing Ultra Instinct.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, cool. I wasn't sure then what they were doing.
We've got IKI, and they're in the lobby, so we can move on to that one shortly after we've looked at this UK Premier table, which I am just getting up now. Bear with me. Where are we? Can never find it. UK Premier. Right then. Let's zoom in on that so it looks good on your screens, chaps. Okie dokie. So, as you can see, FG on 52 points, now 53, of course. SAF Prolific. The gap is still there in terms of points and in terms of games played. So it's 19 games now, 42 points. So still 11 points behind with those 5 games in hand. I mean, if Class won their first game tonight, they are top of the league. And actually that puts SAF Prolific, they're still got 5 games in hand. But instead of being 11 points ahead, they are 13 points ahead. So it's still in SAF Prolific's hand, but they can't afford any more slip-ups. Mystery and Heritage, we said that they could have a say. Mystery maybe more so, but they have both played 2 more games than everyone else, and obviously Heritage being 10 points behind the current league leaders. I think that may be them out of it, but Mystery for sure. I mean, they were top of the league for quite some time. So expect them to have a say in it, but yeah, we're really looking at FG, Class and SAF Prolific and seeing what those boys can do for the remainder of this season, which is Thursday, and then next week, that's it, guys and girls. Next week is the closing week. That would be 8 weeks worth, full 8 weeks worth of...
What are we doing for the close? Are they VPG doing a closing ceremony, Abel? Do we know that? Is that being confirmed?
I very much doubt it, Domino, but however they're closing, I imagine we will be involved and we will be briefed / left to do it. So, yeah, watch this space, those of you at home. We'll put something good on for you. But yeah, that does only leave 4 streams for the rest of the season. Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, and next Thursday. So make sure you tune in for all of those. Let's go and find out how Capri Carlesque are doing. They're still 30 minutes in. So let's go and talk about the next game, Domino, because there's a team that we've never seen before, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, and to be fair, Abel, what are we saying? Match day 20 we are on right now.
Yep.
Is that what you called it? Match day 20, to still have new blood on the channel. I love that kind of stuff, Abel. People, not even underdog stories, 8 ball, people coming through the ranks. I just love shining a light on different characters, different players. And yeah, it's nice to say IKI or K Team, however the Spaniards want to be called.
I know. Guys, if you are in the chat, let us know, because we're gonna continue to butcher that as long as you don't say anything. But let's call them IKI Team, because IKI I think is a good one. We'll go with IKI. IKI Elite A side, Domino. So I think if you're talking about elite sides, the clue's in the question. They are in that elite. There's a second tier of the VPG pyramid, so they'll have ballers, and they'll be expected to give even the best sides around, which of course Capri Carlesque fall into that category themselves. They'll be expected to give them a game. And don't forget, Domino, this is the semi-final of the Esports Cup. So bad teams don't get to the semi-final. It's only good teams.
Yeah.
So again, I think they'll definitely be favorites. They'll definitely be underdogs. You probably don't need me to tell you which one's which. But in all honesty, I think sometimes that suits the underdogs, and it's definitely a pattern that we've seen so far in the cups that we've covered this season, Domino.
Yeah, absolutely, Abel. And look, Capri are coming off a game last night that we covered, and they drew 0-0 to GMAS. Now, as much as no one wants to draw a 0-0, you're drawing against arguably the best team currently in the pro club scene right now.
Statistically speaking.
Any way you look, April, and they are a quality team. And we said it on the stream. Capri had the better of them, mate. Capri had the more chances. Capri not dominated the ball, but had the lion's share of possession. Capri could have come up with a couple of points there if it weren't for oh, he's gonna kill me for not saying his name, April. I'll get it. Don't worry. Here it is. No, I won't get it. Wakamashai, that's the one. Thank you very much. Don't worry about me, April.
I mean, I didn't know which of the 88 players we saw last night that you were talking about. We would have been here for a very long time if you left it to me, but good memory.
Yeah, Wakabashai absolutely was incredible that game. So it gave Capri some confidence going into a semi-final, knowing that you can go toe-to-toe, glove to glove with one of the best teams around and come out unscathed, but unfortunately not get the goal. If you were IKI team, you would, if you do watch this channel, and who would watch this channel? Like, well, our beautiful faces on there, it makes no sense.
That's
if
why
they're watching this, they would have seen Capri a fair bit on there, so they know how they play. Do you reckon Capri know much about IKI?
I think, and this is obviously just me speaking, and if I was in Capri Carlesque's shoes, this is how I would be approaching it. I would be like, we're the ones they need to worry about. I think there's no two ways about it. Capri Carlesque, 5th in the top league in the VPG. We're your problem, mate. You work out a way to beat us. It might very much work because Capri Carlesque are a very good side. They've got some of the best players in the world, of course. But it also could be their downfall as well, Domino. And one, just be glad I'm not managing you tonight, Capri, because again, like I said, that would be my game plan. But two, I think, like I said before in the intro to this, if IKI can play on that and say, do you know what, we've got absolutely nothing to lose here. Let's just go and give them a game. You know, it could be 5 or 6-0, or it could be 5-4 to us. Let's go and give them a game, and let's not come off of that park thinking, oh, you know, we let them play, we got beat 1-0. You know, we didn't have any shots, we didn't create anything, we probably could have played better. Let's just go and leave everything out there. It's a semi-final, so of course the score is important, but I think in this cup football especially, if you respect a side like Capri a bit too much, I think that's arguably when you're more susceptible to get punished by the good sides. And like you said, Domino, we saw Capri go toe for toe with Team GMAS last night by matching what they do, by being solid all over the park, by free-flowing attacking football, by showing, you know, no fear, and they look good for it. And again, it's probably not to the same scale because they're in the same league and there's only 4 league places between them, but yeah, IKI should be looking at that game. I mean, it's a free learning kit for you guys. I mean, you've got a bit of time now. They are still in the 60th minute, so if you want to go quick, if you go and I was gonna say, if you want to do some research, go and watch that game from yesterday and you'll see how those boys played. But it's cup football, Domino. Bad teams don't get to the semi-final, and I think IKI, I do believe they'll think they can get something out of this.
Yeah, and 8-Ball, I love how your mentality is always so much different to mine. I love how you would just like play with the freedom. They know they're probably the better team with us, but show them no respect. Me, 8-Ball, would be regiment. I was like, right, first 20 minutes, we will not concede a goal. You batten down the hatches, make sure you know they've got a game in. Don't let them get 1-0 up. The longer it goes on, the more frustrated they're going to get, and the more the namesake will weigh heavy on them that they're the team that are in the ascendancy. They're the team that are in the higher league. It's on them to beat you. The more you can frustrate them, the more you can hit them on the counter. So that would be my message to the team. Jose Mourinho, park the bus. Hopefully we get something in the dying embers of the game.
It's funny, isn't it? Because Domino and I were manager and co-manager. How did that ever work? Because it did able. The evidence was there in the team. That's why we're here now. We're not currently managing. But I mean, on that note, Domino, IKI, they're 2 statistically best players by ratings are their 2 centre halves out of the 3. So they're a side who quite clearly are defensively solid. In their last 8 games, 5 clean sheets. 4 clean sheets, 5 goals conceded in 8 games. So quite clearly they are a side who like a clean sheet, who can defend well. And this is what I mean, Domino. When you are set up like a team like that, who say, look, you know, we've got 4 clean sheets in the last 8 games. We've only conceded 5 goals in those 8 games. If they say, right, we're going to park the bus, and they concede an early goal to Capri, do they then have that confidence or belief in themselves that they can go and get a goal or two against Capri without then conceding again. And that's what I mean. That's why I think mentality going into these games, I don't think you should read too much into when you're the underdog. Sometimes you just got to go with the flow. Otherwise, you start to get in your head. You start to overthink things. Sometimes, I mean, they're all good FIFA players. They're all good clubs players. They wouldn't be here otherwise. Sometimes you just got to say, look, there's no stress. We're not expecting anything tonight. Capri Carlesque are an absolute menace of a team. Of course, they're expected to win. Everyone in the chat knows that. We know that. They are the favourites. Why would you then play up to that? It is my point. I'm just a bit like, look, go out. Nothing's expected of us. Take that pressure off. Go and play the game we all love playing most of the time, and just go and have a bit of fun with it. And I think that's what this esports cup really does epitomize. And I think the best games we've seen this season, 7 or 8 of the top 10 games we've seen this season have been in those cup games where it is knockout football, anything goes, and you do have a David and Goliath. And I think that's what I've got here tonight. Yeah, exactly that, 8-1. And to be fair, look, if the last game between SAF and FG were in the cup, okay, it was not a great game, but we would have had the drama, we would have had the penalties, we would have had extra time. Yeah. So there's all things like that where it just comes with a lot of, it's double jeopardy, the cup game. It's all risk and reward, which is great. And that's why any games that we cover in the cup, no matter what round it is, as long as it's knockout round, it's always going to be entertaining. That's it. And as for Capri Carlesque, unbeaten in their last 6. Of course, we watched them last night draw with the current runaway league leaders. So again, they're in good form. Warren Beast, who's playing up front tonight, currently on 17 goals, and their front 3, so Warren Beast, or the Beast brothers, and Romaninho, who's been a permanent fixture at striker for Capri Carlesque for the last few weeks. They are in the top. They are the top 3 ranked in their side, so you can see where Capri Carlesque are favouring their play. Those front 3 are the highest rated players in their side, so they kind of just rely on them. The rest of them say, look, we'll keep a clean sheet as long as you 3 do the business up there. And again, I think it's one of those things where if IKI can stop the service to those front 3, I think they might get a bit of joy. However, and we saw a couple of weeks ago when we did follow Capri, if you let Warren and Romaninho in particular get that ball with a bit of time and do what they want to do, expect bad things to happen. So and that's why Warren for me is one of my favourite strikers to watch. He's that no nonsense striker. Like when he's not getting the ball, he's not going to do, again, there are boners, he's not going to do anything flash able. He's just a technically sound, hard working striker, like the Alan Shearer of old. Do you know what I mean? He just puts himself about there. Stop aging us. I know. So who else can we say like Aaron Shearer? I don't know. Wayne Chris Wood.
Okay. No, put some respect on Mr. Beast's name. Abel, put some respect on my man's name. But I like that striker, that no-nonsense centre forward. If you've got the goal in front of you, you're going to take a chance. I love the mentality of him playing. And like I said, he is complemented by Tico and Romaninho around him. I was going to say, Romaninho is the complete bloody opposite because the man is like a fidget spinner if you can catch him in the first place. But, we did... calling him Anthony in an insult, April. And what he's done recently as well is start to add some end product to his play as well, which he always did out wide. There were question marks about him going up front, mainly from me, and he's proved us wrong. So I think IKI, if they can keep a hand on those 3 tonight, I think they might get a bit of joy. But I tell you what, they're away from home as well. In the league below, they are 10th in that league as well. So again, just above mid-table. It's a massive ask for them, but they're in the chat tonight. They're buzzing for it. They're buzzing for it, Domino. They've just spent 10 minutes in the lobby, probably listening to us talk a bunch of crap that they probably don't even understand anyway, even if they or just don't care about. Yeah, exactly that. But they'll be ready for it tonight, and
it's poised very nicely. And in the other semi-final, which may have already finished now, naughty Capri Carlesque, SAF, who obviously we've just seen, are taking on Empire. So that is who is going to be waiting for one of these sides in the final.
That's no easy final for anyone that progresses through there, 8-Ball. That's not an easy final if you've got one of those two teams waiting for you. But 8-Ball, this IKI, as you're reading the stats of where they are on the table, Capri, Empire, and SAF. All in those higher leagues, 8-Ball.
Yeah,
This IKI teammate, it's Cinderella story. It's a Cinderella story stuff, and I'm here for it.
No, exactly. And that's how long we've been waiting for. We've restarted the 18-minute soundbite. So good evening to all the guys joining in who are supporting IKI tonight. I think they'll need all the support they can get. A couple of players we do recognise from IKI. Ventura, the goalkeeper, very solid goalkeeper. And Bakumbu as well in the centre midfield. A very good player, a good attacking player as well. So expect to see that man get up and just try and help out those two strikers. Brave leaving the two strikers up. I quite like that though, Domino. IKI maybe thinking about going for this after all.
Yeah, I mean, if your defenders are probably the two most highest rated players, it shows that probably had the most to do, 8-Ball, which is a good sign. Say that the IKI team do like to go up and attack. If they're the top rated players, they've had a lot to do to get there. Yeah, exactly.
And here's hoping, Domino. Here is hoping. Right. Here we go then. Let's hope it's worth the wait. I'm not mentioning any names, but I wouldn't do that.
Right, here we go. Cup football 8-Ball semi-final on the line. Capri versus IKI versus IKI versus K.
And it is IKI, the league below the esports premier, which obviously Capri Carlesque are a part of and are doing very well in. They are in the Southampton kit tonight for reasons unknown. If anyone in the chat knows, let us know. But they are taking on the Capri Carlesque side, who have donned the black kit. The header down to Warren Beast, their top goal scorer. Now Mookie stepping up as well. Jay Lings, 3 first balls won in that box, Domino. Early warning signs. They do manage to get out unscathed for now.
They just had a red and white wall out there, 8-Ball. Every single shot, it was like the back of a ping pong table, 8-Ball. Everything was just rebounding off them. But that is a very early warning shot. And while you don't leave men unmarked in the box, they need to start watching those P's and Q's. So they've got that early shot, 8-Ball, and now let's see what they can settle in. But it gives Capri a lot of confidence going forward, and they are coming forward in abundance here, 8-Ball. Oh my god, that's great feet. And again, can he just keep it? Yes, that's nicely done. Get it away. Don't let it go for a corner. But I feel like this is the way the game's going, 8-Ball. It's
quite possibly. I think it was important that IKI survived that first onslaught, because I think if they'd conceded from there, I think they would have been like, right, okay, well, the game plan is out the window, each to their own. But they got through it. They've proven that they can be resolute in defence. And that would have hopefully given them a bit of confidence. But what I will say, Domino, is they won't take any confidence out of the fact that 11 minutes in, I think that might have been the first time they were in the opposition half. Because at the moment, it's very much been like this. Asker there, turning it behind his own goal for a second corner. In the first 12 minutes for esports premier side Capri Carlesque, looking for a place in the final. $500 for the winner of that final. That will be sometime next week. Swings it in. Kirko gets rid of it initially, then Lillo clears out for a third corner. Capri Carlesque keeping this pressure on. Tico Beast thinking about having a shot at goal. He does have a shot at goal. It's chested down. It's literally stopped on the goal line, and EA has absolutely stitched up the side that is a whole league below. That is not what we want to see. But very good corner routine from Capri, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, they pinned him in. That was coming, 8-Ball. It definitely was coming.
Yeah.
it's a shame to score, well, to concede a goal like that, April, because you don't want to see their kind of scrappy goals. The ball was literally just on the line. The keeper couldn't pick it up. The player then, I don't know if he tried to do something with it, but he ran it into the keeper, who then knocked it into the goal. Yeah, it's one they won't want to see back, April.
No, no, don't watch it back, boys. Don't watch it back. EAFC things, absolutely, absolutely. It was good defending, actually. Did stop it on the line, and then just everything stopped in time. But it'll be good to see what IKI can do with this mentality-wise. Are they going to go back inside themselves, or are they going to say, look, let's make a game of this now. We officially have nothing to lose now. The game stitched us up.
What they need to do, April, and there's game management to every single section of the game. You've got that rush of blood, you've got that anger from conceding the goal, especially the way you did. If I was IKI now, I'd be like, right, the main thought process in my mind is let's not concede another goal.
A big save
before half time. I'd try and keep it limited to 1-0, get in at half time and reassess at the minute, because they are getting pinned down. Capri are showing their quality, and Capri are showing why there are leagues.
Yeah. And a good save there from Ventura. I tell you what, that was two-footed, and
that's naughty.
A little bit naughty through the back of Montana.
It could be in trouble there.
Wow,
he's not.
yeah, he's got away with one there. We've seen red cards given for less.
We have a.
Was it even a booking? Nothing's come up.
I mean, there's no need to do it, Abel.
It was borderline GBH, but apparently nothing's been given. We'll keep an eye out for any booked players in the black shirts of Capri, but I can't see any. And to be fair, when it's not your day, it's not your day. IKI will be saying, as Askus shows off some fancy footwork, comes back, and maybe this is what they need, Domino. The red and white shirts of IKI, building from the back and looking good doing it. Bellingham, who had that shot earlier on, just nips in at the nick of time. Kells wins it off Kebby.
And that play ball from IKI was a lot better. Nothing was rushed, nothing was forced. Stood on the ball nicely. It's their 8 ball. Is once Capri lose the ball, so why you get shown levels is as soon as they lose the ball, they're on you, they're hot on you. Yeah. You can't get out. Your only respite is clearing it, which falls back to the centre halves of Capri, and the cycle restarts. It needs a little bravery, but I wouldn't say it needs to be now. They just do need to get through to this half time. They need to see the half time whistle.
Oh, good knockdown, but Kirko in there, foot in at the last chance. Saloon does really, really well, but the flick down from, I can confirm, the booked Romaninho for that naughty tackle. But yeah, even the play building up to that, Domino, like you said, there are levels. I don't want to be playing this Capri Carlesque side right now. It looks horrendous. I don't want to be doing it. But do you know what? Kirko and Co are doing a good job so far, much better than a lot of teams would do against this free-flowing Capri Carlesque side, and take solace in the fact that they're only a goal up, and they're only a goal up because of a very naughty animation from EA. So that would be my team talk so far. That would be what I'm saying to my boys on the chat. Look, we're still in this game. It's cup football. They're leaving 2 players up all the time.
That's a great ball. Oh.
We'll see what these 2 can do. Kanu wins it back. Here is Wukong breaking into the box. Tebby, back post is definitely on. Heads it down. Kanu, big save by the French Gordon Banks. This is what they can do. They're still in it. Trust the process, says Checo. Almost bang on cue there, boy.
Yeah, 8 ball. When you think they're, I wouldn't say out of it there, 8 ball, because they've looked lively, but they haven't put an attack together as well constructed as that.
You can clearly see why they've left those 2 players up, though, because they can do damage together.
Yeah, on the stroke of half time, it's something that they need, that confidence that they need to know, do you know what, we can get at them. We won the 50-50s, we've got in a good position. It was an unbelievable save. Let's talk about that, though, April.
Yeah, French Gordon Banks. Knocked down again. Ventura there for the second ball. It's hit someone or something. It looked like it hit the goalkeeper.
It hit the person in the goal?
I mean, either way, it stopped Capri going 2-0 up just on the stroke of half-time. They'll need to repel this as well, and Jonah does well. It's going to come straight back to them, or is it? Riot goes back, and here we go. Kanu, is there going to be a sting in the tail just before half-time? He's running through on goal. He's got options. Did he stay on side? We're about to find out. Wukong!
Oh! the flag went up, Abel. Abel, the flag didn't go up. Abel. Abel. Abel.
I'm going to assume it was offside.
I'm watching the stream now. This is the first time live I've ever replayed anything, Abel. Right, here we go. He's running through on goal, Abel. He's got a man there. The linesman does not put his flag up. It does look offside. I'm not going to lie to you. There is a hint of offside, but it is marginal. It is. Oh, I tell you
This is what I mean. Sometimes a linesman doesn't put his flag up because he was about 10 yards behind. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt because it doesn't make any sense otherwise, and it needs to make sense. But the positive signs are there for Team IKI, and
Abel, I can confirm to you it was offside.
I do think it was offside.
I've paused it to the exact bit. The ball left his foot. He is offside by toenails.
But yeah, I think they didn't get the goal, but they've now got that confidence. Two very, very big chances, and arguably two of the biggest chances of the game, even including the goal as well. You don't want to give Tico Beast the ball here 30 yards from goal. We've got a cracking angle of this as well, and is he
short, April? Going for goal?
I would think he's going short, but what do I know?
Oh my!
Wow, Ventura.
April, look, one thing we did talk about though, the defending there, April, from Capri on that breakaway.
Yeah,
I don't know who was holding in the centre defensive position that was ushering one way or the other, had to commit and made him play it. That was unbelievable, April. Very, very good.
Yeah.
I think it might be Jay Lings.
He's called their bluff essentially, which is perfect defending. But these two up front are causing problems, and I think they're starting to get the respect of Capri Carlesque because no more are they leaving. And again, Wukong has won it back, gives it to his strike partner. MX has to come charging out for that one. Did not fancy letting him have that power shot from 30 yards. And here comes Romaninho. The first chance he's really got to stretch his legs and shot Horace from a wide position. Zaire, 2 kills, 2 Romaninho. Warren Beast from distance. Ventura sees it go over his crossbar, but we've got a game on our hands now, Domino. We have got a game.
Yeah, and IKI would need that, April. They would definitely need that just to get some confidence. Another great knock on April. He's kept it in. He's got just ran out of the room there. But both teams, and these are games we love to call April, because both teams, when they go forward, look like they can score.
Yeah, and it's good that IKI have got that self-belief, and it's only 1-0 as well. I'm glad they didn't wait to go 2 or 3 goals down, or to wait till they're out of game like we sometimes see, and then start showing us what they can do from an attacking point of view. But as far as Capri Carlesque are concerned, they're not done either, and it's all a bit congested on the edge of the box. It does fall to Tico Beast. Edge of the box is Bellin with his second power shot of the game. Big save again by Ventura. Having a...
No!
Oh, IKI, you've got to feel for them. You've got to feel for them.
What a tackle that was.
Hey, Ventura's been man of the match so far. He does get sent the wrong way though, and it's 2 goals to the good for the esports Premier side. You've got to feel for IKI. Tell you what, mate, they have not had the rub of the green. The first goal, the potential red card, the offside goal, the second goal, and I really did back Ventura there though, and I thought we were going to see something special, but who knows? We might still see something special from this IKI side, who at the moment is very David and Goliath, because I can feel a lot of positive energy going their way, a lot of neutrals cheering them on, and everyone loves a good underdog story. But this Capri Carlesque side, whilst they've not been at their best, they're also just very, very dangerous, and I think 1 more goal would kill it, and I think IKI know that. So what do you do from this position, Domino?
Oh, well, you've got to go for it. There's no 2 ways about it. What are you going to do?
Unlike
lose 2-0
you,
or lose 3-0?
I was not expecting you to say that.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, because it's cup football, when you lose 8 ball, it's kitchen sink all the time. You get into this position, what's the worst you got to lose? if you lose 2-0 or you lose 8-0, it's still a loss. You're still out of the cup.
And I've done both, so I know.
So you'd go and play here, but the thing that goal would do, 8 Ball, is just knock all that good positive energy or knock the wind from your sails, and it might reside to defeat his mentality where you're like, do you know what? If they're getting penalties for that, I actually watched it back. I love this replay fixture, by the way, that I've got here, 8 Ball, and I can categorically tell you it's not a penalty. Like,
no,
it was genuinely very.
It was very soft, and tell you what, it was just in a really crap position in the box. Ryan breaks in, good block and subsequent clearance from Kirko. Sometimes it just feels like it's not going to be a team's day, and for some reason IKI have picked semi-final for it to not be their day. But yeah, you've got to question the referees, and that's headed down. Oh, side foot goes wide for Tico. I don't think it'll matter too much in the grand scheme of things, but I will be willing to eat my words if something big happens from this IKI side. Knocked down to Wukong. Jailing's there.
Again there, mate.
Good.
Jailing's a very, very professional game.
Good defending from him again. Ryad cut out nicely, and they've been better this second half, Dom. I mean, they've been the better side. They've created the better chances at the end of the day. We said that before the second goal. The second goal was a penalty from a foul in the corner of the box, which wasn't a foul. It'd be interesting to see the XG. Kanu to Bo-Chan, gives it back to Kanu, finds Wukong, edge of the box, power shot, smashes the crossbar. Domino, it's not happening. It is not happening.
8 Ball. I have never ever seen someone smash the crossbar with that much venom. The ball goes then out of shot, so I couldn't see the ball, and it's still in play. That has never happened in the history of this game.
I tell you what, if Capri had taken that shot, it would have went crossbar and in.
Quick crossbar, hit the keeper's back, goes in.
And they somehow get 2 goals for it. Here is Ryad Kirko again, who's been phenomenal. Him and Ventura really keeping this IKI side in this game whilst they search for that elusive goal. Even if they get a goal, Domino, just something to cheer about. I know obviously it'll do massive amounts for them if they can get here first. MK sweeping across there, and Bellingham keeps it in for Capri. Everything going Capri's way at the moment. Last 5 minutes.
Any goal here, 8 Ball, just makes it very interesting at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, for IKI, if it goes for Capri, it does not make it interesting.
Yeah, it's not that interesting. It would be nice to see them score an actual freaking goal, though. Bellingham gives it to Romaninho with the feet. Look at that 5-man press. 2 men up front. I like the strategy from IKI. It has been the strategy. In any other game, it would have bloody worked. They're quite clearly, they have a game plan. It's defend for your lives. Get it up to those front two who are causing an esports premier backline, a very good backline. Mookie, wow, that was, bang on cue. Of course it was a foul, but 3v1 as probably you would expect at this stage. Romaninho with the same linesman who gave offside for the IKI. Romaninho's not passed the ball for some reason. He doesn't have to be fair, but
no, I think you're going to lose the ball there. But what you've done is you've guaranteed the win for your team doing that. Yeah. Someone has backed out, but
and is that going to be it? No, of course the referee's going to let him take the corner.
Oh my Jesus!
Swings it in. Ventura, just one more save. Something happened in there they didn't like. Is it going to cannon off him? No, it's not. They're going to clear it after playing another minute. Of course, as soon as IKI touch the ball, that's going to be it. Guys and girls, what can we say about that? I think that might be, I don't want to use the word injustice, Domino, at all, but there's not often I feel very, very bad for one side, but you kind of have to there. Even Capri Carlesque, they'll argue that they did enough, and to be honest, they arguably did do enough to get through. But wow.
Yeah, no, 8 Ball, I think if you look at the run of the game, again, the team that had the better field position, the team that were better on the ball, I do think it was Capri. IKI showed a danger throughout that whole game. So they were never out of that game. I was scared of them within the first 20 minutes. I was genuinely
Oh yeah.
Once those little nerves got out of their system, going into like the end of that first half and the second half, they looked like they should belong in the same league as Capri. They were fantastic, mate. But yeah. Sometimes you get it 8 ball, sometimes don't. Sometimes the decision goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. And unfortunately, it's not IKI. And unfortunately, it's happened in the most costly of games in the semi-finals of this cup. Dust yourself off. You got to come back again. But mate, it was wicked to have them on the channel, and I'd like to have them on again. That was a great performance.
Yeah, welcome back anytime, IKI. That goes for the fans in the chat as well. Welcome back anytime. Cheers, guys. And again, it's just another team that we'll keep an eye out for the rest of the season, and probably seasons going forward as well. So well done for making a name for yourselves and adding on 2 more fans to your fan base. Right. Let's move on to game number 3, the main event of the evening. It is One Mind versus Fluminese. They're all main events, by the way. There's an ongoing joke that was never really that funny.
8 ball.
Are you going to tell me it is actually funny?
No, it's definitely not funny. Anyway. I'm just saying 8 ball. They're not going to like me saying it, but I'm going to say it. One Mind. They know that we deserve a performance on this channel. They know
Please.
They know we deserve it. They know we cover them enough and we deserve a performance from this on the channel. I'm calling them out here and now in this channel, 8 ball. We deserve a performance. That's what I want to get against this Fluminese side, who are a tasty side.
Fluminese are a very good side, to be fair. It's going to be a tough game for One Mind. However, 9 games unbeaten for One Mind. They are at home, of course. Italy plays Portugal, as you can see in the top of your screen. In the last 9 games, and this is in Europe as well, so top league in Europe.
Yeah.
8 clean sheets.
I mean, what do you think when you've got people like A Scorpion, Manu, and then you're Anonym at the back? Like that is goated. Genuinely goated.
Anonym is technically the highest rated player for them as well. So not only are they winning games, they're not conceding any goals, and their goalkeeper is statistically their best player. When we talk about balance of teams, Domino, that's pretty much up there.
And when we say week in, week out, Abel, how to build a great team, you've got to have strong foundations. They've got that in that defence and the goalkeeper. And I'll say it again, I'll call him out on the stream, Abel. There is a bias, slight bias, but De Vries is probably one of my favourite players to watch. Like, the man's vision and what he does for a team is just so ridiculous. I back myself as a good passer of the ball. I'll see opportunities. Whether they can execute them, that's a different matter, Abel. But I can see the pitch. De Vries is one of those players that can open up a game in literally the flick of a switch. And they need to start clicking. 8 ball, you might know this better than me, because obviously we got Merkel up top. He's normally partnered with someone that's not the striker currently
Stefano.
That's the one.
Yeah, Noisy is up front tonight. Not sure, not too sure about what Noisy can bring. Hopefully it's goals though, because that would be nice. I think when I checked earlier on, Stefano, again, very very good player, and the fact we're talking about him, he's not on the game name sheet, would suggest he's a very very good player, especially if we know who he is. 9 goals this season for a One Mind side who are now 3rd in the league, Domino. Despite that horrific start they had, they've gone on 2 Team G-Mask-like tears this season, and they're currently on one now. As we said, unbeaten in 9, 8 clean sheets in those 9 games. We've always said the only thing this One Mind side are missing, I say missing, they're not really, is just that front 2 firing on all cylinders. When you look at the likes of Rote with Arquez and Machiavelli, when you look at the likes of G-Mask with Rayo and Gyro, One Mind don't have that. Whether or not they overcompensate for that and defend more as a team, because Mirko and Stefano, very very capable players defensively and offensively, but you don't see Rayo, you don't see Arquez tracking back 70-80 yards, because they don't have to, because the rest of the team deals with that. A bit like what we saw with IKI. They said, you 9 deal with it, we'll go and score you some goals. Obviously EA had completely different ideas, but that was obviously the game plan. With One Mind, I feel like it's a little bit different. I do feel like if I was an out-and-out striker, One Mind are not necessarily my first choice of who I want to play for if I'm trying to be the highest goal scorer in the league. If it's a team I want to play for because they're bloody world class and I want to win stuff, absolutely. Yeah. This is by the way, this is my open letter for you to come and get me, essentially. If you need that free goal striker, then sign me up. But then every time we watch One Mind, I'm constantly looking at, is today going to be the day that they just become a little bit more expansive? But also at the same time, that's from a purely neutral point of view. They don't care. They don't care if they entertain anyone.
No.
They are winning games, and the start they had in the league, Domino, has made them have to be like that. So I don't blame them for it either.
Yeah.
But if we could just see some goals, it would be great.
Yeah, like it's a results-driven business, 8-Ball.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great to play great football as a foundation, and then you can build on getting the points after. Fine, but this One Mind team have been around a while. The Ballers have been around a while. They're in the results business. They know how they can play, and if they didn't have such a horrific start, they will be chomping at G-Master's heels at the minute.
Oh yeah.
But we are where we are, 8-Ball, and a little word on this Fluminense side, 8-Ball, because they are a fun team to watch play.
Oh yeah, they're very much so. And top man, someone's just changed the camera, and they're coming straight out, aren't they? Someone changed the camera for us, which fair play, because we did call a whole game a couple of weeks ago where they left the player numbers on. How is that helpful? They're pixelated people. They all look the same. So thanks for changing that if you are listening. Cameraman, who's the cameraman? It might be DeFreezy. Domino DeFreezy, world-class cam, world-class cameraman. Get it?
And that's what I mean, 8-Ball. The guy's playing chess when other people are playing checkers. That's what he is. 3D chess master out here.
Oh dearie me. Right, yeah. They have come out. They are arranging getting back in, as you would probably imagine. Only had one casualty so far this season, which for those of you at home who have been around the scene for a long time, it's not bad going, really. Frustrating, yes. We are owed a game, EA. But hopefully it gets us in. We are technically not too far behind schedule, I guess, with teams allowed to call 15 minutes. Our 9:15 is coming up after this, so you can take a look at that on your screen now while we're waiting to get in. That is For the Win, another Portuguese side taking on Fenerbahce. That's at 9:15. We'll have to ask for 15 minutes for that. But Domino, with it being at the business end of the season, nobody's got time to wait for all these games.
No, I mean, EA just do need to sort it out in some stages like here. It should be a very, very simple thing to do, but EA are genuinely goated at making the simple things impossible. Like they're the only creators that can do that.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be so bad if they just made a brand new game and they were going through some glitches. It's been this way since we started playing in FIFA 13. It's still the same. It's the same loading screen, same everything. So, apologies if you work for EA and you are watching this, but you don't have to sit here night after night playing Lobby Simulator while the rest of us do.
I mean, if the model is matching 3 people against 3 people, trust me, a system works brilliantly. If I'm there with 2 friends on drop-ins, I will get a game very quickly. 11 vs 11, you got to know people are here in the chat, in the booths, watching this stuff, sort it out. 8-Ball, One Mind, Fluminese. Let's go.
One Mind, third place One Mind in the gold. They love gold. Fluminese in the blue from right to left.
Going again. We're going again. We're going again, 8-Ball. We are going again. Right, third time is a charm.
Right.
Channel that just couldn't get into a game.
And
just wouldn't let them play.
Sometimes it is like that. Sometimes that does happen. Fluminese was saying both teams were all in white.
Oh, so Fluminense just backed out themselves. They actually weren't.
So it's a new glitch, Domino. It's not just people not being able to get into the game. It's like, well, we'll let you in, but we're not going to tell you who's on whose side because we think that might be a bit edgy for you and make the game a bit more fun. No, it doesn't. It's frustrating. Please, let's go.
Are they searching? They can't even. Oh, they haven't got a player in now. I thought they were missing their centre mid, and I was just like, I mean, they're searching for the team. They don't have full players, but don't worry, that's just, it's fine. We're good. We're there, Abel. We're there.
Confirmation of them going into the game, keeping the same kits, which is helpful. Although obviously Fluminense must have been watching the stream like, no one's playing in gold or blue here.
I mean, they should pick gold and blue instead of white and white Fluminense. Come on, you're better than that.
I'd like to pretend that didn't actually happen. And it was
if I'm honest, April, that's the kind of my mistake where I don't change the kits. I was like, no, I definitely changed it. Then it's white and white. I was like, oh, FIFA again.
The problem is, you know, let's say for example it glitches for a team again. Like, what's the protocol? Like, do you just? Fluminense is saying the goalkeeper's not in. It's not
right
happening.
now?
Yeah, it's not happening.
Oh my.
I can see, yeah, Fluminense already come out.
Right, okay. Did we say fourth time's charm? Is that what we said earlier? That's what we said earlier.
Well, the problem is it, or you know, if you can't get into a game, fine. You just try and you try and you try and you try, and we get the game done. That is not how this works in competitive clubs, because we've got more than one game on a night, because that's how we need to do it, because we need the likes of VPG to put on these events for us, because EA won't bother to do it.
We're going to get on a high horse here about a lot of things. And...
Well, it spoils the night, doesn't it? You know, there's 200 people waiting to watch this game, 202 if you count us, 224 if you count the 22 players as well. It's not rocket science, is it? Come on, guys. It's just sort it out. It's always for the players and the managers and VPG and us to have to pander to everyone. You know, the amount of arguments I see from manager to manager because their players can't get in games, and then they just bite each other's head off because everyone's frustrated. They're not frustrated at each other, they're frustrated at the game. Like, and that's what it causes, and it does cause friction between managers, which if the game was just played normally, it wouldn't be there and everyone would be happier. Dono, I know I'd be happier.
Yeah, of course, Abel, and it's just so many discrepancies where you get kicked out mid-game and stuff like that. It ruins things, like a red card in real games that's never supposed to be a red card, just ruin games. I mean,
or a no red card that should have been a red card.
I don't mind that as much. you do feel disheartened about that, don't you?
You're my boys. You're my boys.
But right, okay. Is there any message in the chat that I should be aware of, April, or as far as we're aware, everyone's in?
Everyone's in. 18th time lucky. Third place, One Mind in the gold from left to right. And they are being chased down and harassed by the team in blue, Fluminese, who are 10th. So don't write them off. Third place, 10th, but a very, very closely contested league, and a league that we continuously say there are no easy games in. Braga, he's got a fan club in the chat, a very, very tidy player playing in CDM tonight for Fluminense. The away side tonight, don't forget. Does make a bit of a difference when you are playing Italian servers and you're Portuguese. It might have something to do with the fact that no one could get in the game in the first place, but I don't want to give them an easy out. Bugs and Braga just keeping this Fluminense side ticking over. There is confirmation of Anonym in the One Mind goal tonight, the highest rated player in this third place side, their goalkeeper.
And to be fair, you look at the talent on show. I'm not saying Anonym's bad by any stretch of the imagination, but you've got world-class talent around you, and
yeah,
your
that's
keeper
it,
is statistically your best player. That's a wicked honour, especially for Anonym. Nice guy.
Yeah. Here is Noisy on the left-hand side, trying to get change out of João Gomez. Technically, did steal his lunch money, I guess. He knocked him down, didn't get anything for it, but it will be a corner. De Vriese, cameraman on this corner.
He's going for a shot. He's hitting it. I think he's hitting it. I think he's hitting it.
Try to beat the keeper out.
Oh my god, that's what I like about this guy, 8 Ball. It's just creative.
I like it. Had him scrambling. Had him scrambling. Restart at the back for Fluminense. In no rush whatsoever, inviting this one mind side onto him, and that is some dangerous play, and they were punished. They were punished, and there's Mirko answering our prayers of an early goal for One Mind.
Oh, One Mind. They're scoring goals on the channel.
It was an early Christmas present, Domino. It was an early Christmas present. Don't know what they were thinking. Don't know what
gift wrapped and everything, April. Gift wrapped and everything. Yeah, it was just a bit of. It's a bit of a moment there. Like I don't know, because sometimes you draw them on because you want to play again a pass through the lines. When you've got nothing in front of you, you can't go back home to the keeper because he's going to be under a press. You've just got to get it long, get it out. There's nothing there, no harm. You lose the ball there, and it amounts to that. The goalkeeper animation is poor. He's got to pick up a ball that's in thin air. But it is what it is. One Mind say thank you very much.
And behind here, though, here is João Gomez. Noisy does really well and gets the clearance, but it's going to come straight back. Ricardinho, the highest rated player for Fluminense, actually, previously of Famalaciao / Poise. Very, very good defender. 6th in the whole league, Domino, I do believe. Very good defender. Juden out wide to De Vriese. Space to Cook, and Cook he does due with the early shot. Olivas makes the save this time round.
I don't mind stuff like that, Abel. Like I said, the goal it definitely isn't the keeper's fault. The animation's the animation. But when stuff like that happens, you just want to test them. Are they having luck? Like, is EA letting them down? Yeah.
The thing is, Domino, we're not here to dig anyone out, but the amount of time the centre half had on the ball, he was almost spoilt for choices. And we're just not used to seeing it at this standard, are we? I mean, this is what happens when you sat in the lobby for 20 minutes trying to get in the game, I guess. You come in cold, and yeah, that was a very cold movement, put it that way. Yeah,
the only saving grace, 8 Ball, I might be able to give him is obviously it might be a little bit of a lag delay. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
they are the away team. So, yeah, let's give them the benefit of the doubt, 8 Ball, because people at this level...
Yeah, let's go with that. And just for any future reference, if I ever make mistakes like that, it's definitely lag as well.
Always lag, yeah.
Phoenix gets to the byline, cuts back, edge of the box is on, and Agu says, no, it's not. Ricardinho there again, intercepting well. Over the top it goes, power shot, and Pio makes a fantastic block there. Really, really good block.
And gets the goal kick as well.
Gets the goal kick, fantastic defending. Manu to ace Scorpion. De Vriese drops the shoulder, beats one, can't get past Bugs. Goose, his opposite number, will pick it up and sprays it long. The knock-on was there, but Mirko couldn't get off the ground, and now Fluminense come forward. Trader into the box, good feet, edge of the box is on. Bugs instead finds feet of the striker. Just opening up for this Fluminense side. Bugs again, seen a lot of the ball early on. Sully into Ricardinho. Phoenix looking for the feet of a teammate. Ball over the top, finds Mirko, the goal scorer. Good feet from him. On rushing Noisy, does get cancelled out though, and once again takes another man out. They did get the advantage this time, but it's not
too much sauce on that.
Yeah, it's not played to any type of advantage. Bit of field position though for Fluminense as we start to approach half-time. Almost 7 minutes to go. If Fluminense can dig a goal out of this, don't forget 8 clean sheets. Half a chance. 8 clean sheets in their last 9 for One Mind. That's what makes that mistake early on so much more unforgivable, because chances are when you're playing against One Mind, you're not going to have a lot of chances. And then you look at the record of 8 clean sheets in 9 games. You then start to doubt whether you're actually going to get a goal regardless of how many chances you have. And then you concede like you concede. it does put you on the back foot early on, doesn't it?
Yeah, because look at the stats, but look obviously about the teams that are involved at the minute and the players that are there. It's great tackle there. But if there's a team that can see out a 1-0, it's One Mind, mate. We know it.
Yeah, clues in the question. One Mind, 1-0. De Vriezi on this near side gives it to Jude. Good footwork from him. Swings it in. João Gomes, for some reason, doesn't get anything on the end of it. Mirko dispossessed, does fall to their skipper, though. He's going to get a corner if there's time to take it. The referee says, why not? De Vriezi, who doesn't look like he's going to shoot this time. Massive space.
But I tell you what, 3D chess 8-ball, because it's kept the keeper on his line.
Yeah, and 3 players as well.
Yeah.
Here we go. Swings it into that near post. There is Manu off the crossbar and in. 3D chess indeed. De Vriezi gets another assist for his side, and it is Manu who powers it home 3 minutes into stoppage time of that first half, and there is confirmation of the end of the first half. And Domino, I do feel a little bit Fluminense there.
The second goal, Abel. The second goal, definitely.
Well, I feel the first one as well, but
well, you could class it as their own demise or their own making, but it is what it is. That second goal, Abel, I'm a massive fan of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think after the first shot that he took, keeper's gonna stay there. And he dragged 3 defenders in with him as well, which was slightly odd, but you've got people on the post. And then Manu had the rung, and it was a devastating header, crossbar and an 8-ball. When it's going your way, it is going your way. Fluminense, though, 8-ball does not look bad. Like, their play has been fluid at times. They were camped out in the One Mind box for a little bit. They have got the ability to get back into it, 8-ball, but the record's the record, 8-ball. So for them to ship 1 goal is criminal. For them to take 2 is unimaginable. So it's all for Fluminense to do.
Why not start tonight, Domino? And that's probably not the best way to start a half, but they get away with it. Here we go then. For the second half, Fluminense with it all to do. 2 goals down, half of it their own making, half of it an unstoppable bullet header from the big man at the back, Real Manu, after some genius work by their skipper, De Vriezi. Noisy inside to Juden, One Mind in that Real Madrid orange kit. Chill steps out, crunches his man, but Agu says have some of it back. Ju, who normally occupies this right hand side, will feel very at home there. Mirko looking for his new strike partner, does not find him, and here we go, 2v2 with a man getting back and runs straight into the brick wall. Real Manu would not recommend it myself, but Phoenix does well. Here is Trader, good ball out to the right hand side. João Gomes, good block by Pio. Braga, 2 bugs, edge of the box, has another power shot. This is what probably is going to happen. Probably what's going to happen for the next 35-40 minutes. This One Mind side can defend.
Oh yeah, mate, and water's wet.
Noisy loses out in his own box, wins it back though, does very well. Digs the ball out down the line, but Fluminense win it back. Good pressure from them. And they do look very, very good now. They're playing without fear because they don't have anything to lose, effectively. Sully.
It's a good way to play it, ball, and that was a nice little bit of play. It obviously amounted to nothing, but it was a lovely little bit of play to get to a good area. And they are just starting to pin One Mind back in. One Mind do need to get on the ball and settle it down a little bit. And this is quite nice. It's a little game reset, a little start for One Mind just to get their foot on the ball. But I tell you what, Fluminense matching fire with fire, April.
Yeah, the signs are there for Fluminense, and they all come from Braga and Bugs in that centre midfield position. 2 very, very strong players, and I think they've been the real focal points for this Fluminense side this season, who do sit in 10th, so not a bad outing for these boys. Obviously, they'll be looking to go a little bit higher, but when you look at the likes of, you know, One Mind start to the league, you've got Phoenix down there, you've got Fenerbahce down there. You know, it can happen. It can happen. So I think they'll be happy with their 10th place at the moment. But they won't be happy with no points here, Domino.
No, not at all, April, and especially the play at the minute. But
João Gomes proving a real problem at the moment. Anonym, he didn't panic there, Domino. A lot of lesser goalkeepers would have panicked there, and animation died for it. There was no doubt in my mind. The ball was going under his crossbar. There was still no doubt in my mind that he was going to win it first. And again, highest rated player for this One Mind side. That is why, because he's just not only a world-class goalkeeper, just brings a wealth of experience and dominance. I genuinely thought that was going to be red, just because it wasn't even a yellow card, if I'm totally honest. But you just never know with this game. And a way back in for Fluminese in the shape of a 25-yard free kick.
It's going to need a lot to beat that man.
It is indeed. Goes for it though. Big save from Anonym. It would be routine for Anonym, but a big save for anyone else.
Yeah.
Stings the palms of the Polishman. And just a reminder that Fluminese are still in this. Oh, that's much better. That's much better. Anonym proving why he is a world-class goalkeeper. Another massive save. Quite similar to the Manu goal, actually. Similar, and then the same goal as well.
Yeah.
A power bullet header from 6 yards out, but this one was met by Anonym. And good football.
I like this press, April. It's a bit of an erratic press. There's no real structure in the way they press, but I love it. It's absolutely relentless.
Caution,
oh
caution.
Question mark there, Abel.
I mean, to be fair, the left winger there has done fantastically well. Francois has done really, really well to get him. Why not? Why not? I mean, no one's come short for him, so he's going to go for it. We've got the camera angle as well. That moved so much.
Well, I don't know how you do that.
I would have been not okay in net for Fluminese watching that fly towards my goal. The keeper played it off well, though. Olivas played it off well. He looked cool, calm and composed, even if maybe he wasn't feeling that way, but he could fool me. Trador into the box it goes, but Pio is there. Again, it's going to come back. Here is the centre-back up already. 15 minutes left, maybe not already then. Olivas, good sweeping from him, gives it to Braga. Good work from this Fluminese side. Phoenix out wide, 2 chills, cuts back onto that right foot. Don't think that's really where you wanted it, being a left footer. And good work from One Mind. Juden gives it to De Friese, who gives it to Antonio Mertz. Phoenix, their striker, Domino, back there doing the defensive work. And they do have 3 players up, one of them being the big centre half. Shut down quickly, but as a world-class goalkeeper, he's been there, done that. Mirko, that's fantastic work. Take a bow, backed into the centre-back. He's about 5 foot nothing. Wins the header. Good work from him. And that's what I mean, Domino. This One Mind side know how to defend. That's defending from the front, holding that ball up, getting something for his team. Just running down that clock. And they're just so good at it, this One Mind side. And that's why they are where they are in the league.
Yeah, obviously we talk a lot about fluid offensive play.
Here we go. Oh no.
Is there anything resembling fluid defensive play? Because that's what I'm seeing, April. It's seamless. The way they cover runs, the way they cover their position, the way they hold their line in the box. It's just fluid, the way they do it.
Tell you what, Jude did his man, got to the byline well, and what magic are we going to see here from De Friese and his box of tricks. Goalkeeper's committed this time, knowing fine well it's an outswinger, so instead he goes short.
I tell you what,
good psychological battle between those two. De Friese beats one, can't beat the slide tackle from the other, but again, valuable seconds being eaten away. Fluminese need a miracle from this point on. It was offside. That might be the start of a miracle. Skills goes long. Couldn't find the centre-back. I don't even think he was up, so maybe not the best option, Mirko. They pass it back to the goalkeeper. Again, just crucial seconds, Domino. Crucial seconds. Wow. Defending from the front.
I don't know how he's done that, but that was absolutely fantastic, Abel.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I mean, we've said it all night. One Mind defend from the front, and that is literally it just epitomises this side. And there it is, confirmation of the win for One Mind. It's business as usual. A win, 3 points, and a clean sheet. Of course it is. Anonym and Manu doing the damage. Mirko early on picking up a goal from close range. That was enough for the Italians, Domino.
Yeah, they're a really professional outfit. And like I said, the one thing you don't want to do is gift them goals like that to go 1-0 up in the first half. Because if you're asking a team that can shut up shop as nice as One Mind, if they go a goal ahead, 8-ball, that they can do it better than any other team that I've seen it do it. And that kind of made the game there. If they needed to go out and press, they'll leave gaps. But as soon as they go 1-0 up, 8-ball, that is it. Then they can close up shop. They can sit there with their cigars and they can have a good evening.
And I think they I don't want to say they did, because Annan made 2 massive saves at really crucial times. But for a lot of that game, they were happy to let the clock run down. They were happy to kick for field position. It's just what One Mind do, Domino. I would argue there's nobody better at that than One Mind currently in the world of clubs that we've seen anyway.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong, 8-ball.
Right then, match number 4, the main event of the evening. The 4th main event. It is for the win. 5th place for the win, Domino. They are creeping up there. Didn't see who's in goal. Whose stream are we on? We're on For the Wins. It's Mad Macau is the goalkeeper tonight. Familiar faces though, Angelo and Vip, Pinedo as well, with Hugo the cameraman in CDM. Creativo, whose baller build will be available. I think it's tomorrow, Domino. You lucky people. That is on Pro Club's weekly YouTube channel, so make sure you go and check that one out. Fabien, their top goal scorer, he's on 9 goals for the season. What he would give to get into double figures tonight. Domino, the main talking point for me is the introduction of Don Unsal into the midfield of Fenerbahce.
What a player he is, with a sick name as well, 8-ball.
He is the Don. He is the Don. He's moved over from Alte to Fenerbahce tonight. Not really sure what the deal is there. We'll interview him afterwards. We'll let you know on the next stream. But Cruyff has gone to left back. Farouk Bike right back. Luke 44 left midfield. Love Jinx right midfield. Ardinho at least. They've got some familiarity in that front three. Epan, Emre and Ardinho. What a front three that is. 14th place Fenerbahce, Domino. Make it make sense.
I think that's what they had to do, 8-ball. They had to bring in players like Don Unsal and have a little jig around of the team of where people are playing, because clearly, 8-ball, clearly something's not working, and we're nearly at the end of the season and it's not been working all season. We said it last time on the stream, 8-ball. They're miles and miles behind where they should be, where they want to be. And they just haven't looked right this season, 8-ball. And you can talk off a bad season, mate. Everyone has it. You get bad games, you get bad seasons, but it's just not been their night. And For the Win, 8-ball is one of the teams. I didn't have them down to the bottom half of the table, but I did think they were a mid-range team doing absolutely fantastic in the position they're in at 8-ball and really progressing through these ranks. Actually, as I was saying, 8-ball, just really quickly, teams have come 2 completely different spectrums. One on definitely ascendancy and one really on the decline.
Yeah, and I don't think Fenerbahce can be too angry at us saying that either, because from where they've fallen in the last couple of seasons to where they are now, it's crazy. They're 14th, which of course it's a 2016 league, so it's not the end of the world. More worrying for them though is the amount of teams that go down, because there's 4 elite leagues below them, which means 8 teams get relegated. They are 6 points off relegation, Domino.
8 teams get relegated?
Why don't you? We've been doing this for almost 2 years.
I don't know the relegation. I don't know there's 8 teams there, 8-ball, but I know ball when I see it, and that's an unbelievable pass.
And they're not finished either. Whoa! Very spike.
I love it. 8-ball, I love it.
Oh, Cruyff. Cruyff's their highest rated player, the CDM. Very good player. Very good player. He's playing at left back tonight. I mean, they needed him there. But again, just for me personally, a strange one. For the win though, Domino, absolutely. 1 loss in their last 8. Very good side. 21 goal difference, but it is Fenerbahce. Fake power shot by Emre. The ball falls to Luke 44 via the goalkeeper's boot, and I tell you what, it actually turned out to be a good save, but I've never seen that animation, and that fell so kindly to Luke 44. And again, Luke 44 last season, with Fenerbahce top of the league, would have put that away easily.
Yeah, Abel, you're not wrong. And to be fair, this game's got a lot of a much more frantic, a lot more chaotic feel to it. And I'm here for it, Abel. This is entertaining.
I think this is where Fenerbahce have ended up this season. They've almost got nothing to lose. I do think they need to look over their shoulder. 6 points off relegation. They had won 4 in a row before Monday night. Monday night they lost and drew, but they did play Empire and Capri Carlesque. So they'll be looking to get back on the horse tonight. And what a good matchup this is. This is a real test for them, because you would expect Fenerbahce to be up around where For the Win are, and that's just not the case. So Fenerbahce will be looking to say, why are you up there and we're not up there? So it's an interesting battle. Miller does well, gets it down the line to Cruyff. Epan ever present. There is the new signing, Don Unsal. Didn't want it back. Cut out nicely For the Win. Gothew gives it to Stocks. Gives it to Creativo. Has his pocket pinched at the last second. Wins it back though, and this press from For the Win is absolutely deadly. They are scrapping for every inch here. Fabian loses out to Farouk. Bike Ultra cuts onto the right, back onto the left, gives it away. And here is Luke 44. Emre's look very lively. Ardinho, maybe the first couple of touches for him so far, wins his team a free kick on the halfway line. 27 minutes in, 0-0. Fenerbahce, the Turks, in that blue kit For the Win. 5th place For the Win in the white and the red, having to deal with Epan and Emre. What a strike force, Domino. That strike force has no right being 14th in the league.
Relegation scrap for Epan and Emre. Make it make sense, like I said, April. And the players they've got, mate. Love Jinx. What a player he is as well, on the wing. And it's you look at team and you're like, what's happened? And we've seen them play. They kept the core group this whole time, April. It's not like, oh yeah, the first half of the season they had ringers in because the main event weren't available. They've had the players around them, April. Shit is not. I tell you what is clicking. This For the Win team is absolutely relentless, and I love their press style, because if you want to know about pressing, go watch one of the Pro Club Weekly videos. April done an unbelievable breakdown, shameless plug, but it's actually a really good video of how to press. And I didn't know the certain styles, certain triggers, but one of the triggers is here, April, is the nearest man goes to it, and they're making it work.
Yeah.
There we go.
They're good value for it as well. Stocks, edge of the box, looking for the striker, might get a second bite of it. It was offside. Quick restart from Fenerbahce. And yeah, it's a good two styles, because obviously For the Win want to pick up maximum points here. Creativo heads wide. You would expect that man to at least get it on target there. And yeah, this is what I mean. For the Win, it's 5th place, 14th as far as they're concerned. It doesn't matter who the team is. But I do think this Fenerbahce side will be looking at some of the teams above them, like For the Win, and think, why are you there and we're not? Well, they're finding out right now. Gothew, big save from Berisha. And again, we're talking about world-class players. Berisha is in that top 3 of goalkeepers in the world-class category. For a team that's 14th, Domino, make it make sense. Something's happened while I was banging my table. I didn't see it. Looks like Don Unsal.
Red card, April.
Oh, no.
I've got the replay monitor here, April. I'm going to have a little watch while you carry on with the game. Ball gets headed out. Oh my, April. April, the only thing I can describe that is Roy Keane on Alfie Hahn.
Oh, that was a naughty one. Swings it in. Oh, what a finish by Fabian. Their top goal scorer takes him on to double digits for the season. What a way to get it. And like you said, Domino, double jeopardy. The red card, the free kick, the cross in, and Fabian connects with it. The gaffer puts his side 1-0 up, and all just on the stroke of half-time.
Yeah, April, I'm going to have to take back the red card. I'm not going to lie to you. The ball was clearly passed. It was not only passed from midfield to the centre half. I'm going to hold it there, April, because there's a power shot there. Ball was passed. There was no danger, and he's just slid a man off the ball for no apparent reason. I don't get it. If you've got some availability, you need to go back and watch that, April, because I genuinely don't understand it. The ball got passed. There's nothing to block or anything. He just literally ran up to a man that hasn't got a ball and just slid tackled him. It didn't make any sense.
We still don't know who it was because it...
Was it Unsao?
No, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. Unsal's still on the pitch. We need to work out who it is. But obviously we're on For the Win stream, so we don't actually know who it is. We'll try and work it out. I mean, I'm looking at the team sheet now. Maybe Loves Jinx. Maybe. We'll work it out. Don't worry. I mean, it's kind of what we're here to do, is call the action, and we're failing on that miserably. But 1-0 is the score for the win. They are a man up. They are a goal up. And is this going to be smooth sailing, Domino?
Well, I'm watching the red card again.
Stop it.
It makes no sense. It is. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not even like your hand accidentally slipped and you pressed the square button. You ran up to a player and just slipped.
Just full on. Maybe they've got beef, Domino. I mean, we did say earlier on in the stream that some of these players, don't like each other, and sounds like there was GBH. Don Unsal goes down as if he just got GBH'd. Edge of the box. Pinedo. Loves Jinx is on the pitch, so it's not him. We'll work it out, boys and girls. We'll work it out. Ardino. Good ball to the Don on the left-hand side. Bit of space for him. No one in the box, which leads me to believe maybe it's a striker who's been sent off. Loves Jinx into Ardino. Gives it to Farouk Bike. Emre. They're missing Epan, Domino. Luke 44 flaps his way through. I think we've worked it out. Unusually like him. He's so cool, calm and collected.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Genuinely do not understand. Because it's premeditated. There's no way that it's an accident, Abel. I don't understand it.
I mean, Fenerbahce are looking good with 10 men here. Here is Cruyff.
Oh, love that.
Ex-FIFA professional playing at left back, Dono. Make it make sense. Loves Jinx with the win. Gives it to his skipper, who's probably not going to be the happiest person on the pitch right now, with his team being down to 10 men. Cruyff with a shot come cross. I tell you what,
I like that.
If FIFA allowed you to lock onto the ball properly, then that was a perfect cross. Here
Maybe that's a thing. Imagine if that was a meta Abel.
Why not? Yeah, why not?
Big fan of it. I tell you what though, Fenerbahce have looked very good since going down to 10 men.
Nothing about Fenerbahce makes sense, is what I'm finding right now. Down the line, 2 Stocks. Swings it, edge of the box, there's space. Oh, he's knocked it down, but he's had his pocket pinched, and Berisha's had his pocket pinched, and just like that, they've doubled the lead. Domino, I don't like to see it, but it's been a night for it. It's been a night for scrappy goals. For the win, will not care one iota. It's 2-0.
It was an unbelievable tackle by the centre half.
It really was.
To win it from there. That's unbelievable play. Was that Don Unsal?
Ardino there for Fenerbahce. And it would be very Fenerbahce if they go and win this 3-2, Domino, because...
Yeah, of course, because it doesn't make sense, obviously.
Right, 100% confirmed it is Epan with that Roy Keane-esque red card.
You need to watch it back, Abel. When we come off screen, we're gonna stay late because I need you to see it back. I need to see it back.
Don Unsal swings it in, caught by Mac, the goalkeeper, for the win. We said, would it be bread and butter for the win? Absolutely not. However, that second goal, was definitely bread and butter.
Yeah, it deserved the shot on target and the finish. It didn't deserve the bit in the middle Abel, because it was such fantastic. How is that offside? Okay.
What is going on? Make it make sense. So
I don't know. Maybe we're not actually great at our job, Abel, because we're missing a lot here.
Here is Fabian, the initial goal scorer, edge of the box to Gothio, who's had a very good game. Crowded out though, but they do give the ball away to Fenerbahce. It's going to come back and once again give it away again. Stock's having a very good game. Decides to keep possession. I say that and they give it away. Emre to Ardino. Plays on the left and the right. Chooses the left. Cruyff getting a lot of joy down that left-hand side. Nothing coming from it so far. Creativo wins that, and then Gothia goes long. Finds his man. Superb ball. 2 in the box. breaks into said box and it cuts back. They've got time and the players to do it. Why not? Hugo into the feet of the striker. Loves Jinx, doing what Loves Jinx does best. Winning the ball, but ultimately gives it away. Creativo running for that corner flag. Cuts it back to his gaffer. And here is the Ultra. Pirouettes his way through. It's going to get pinged back for something, for some reason. And who is this over the ball, Domino? They're just going to quickly do heights. They don't want to get defaulted here with a 2-0 up. Hits Charisma. Square flush in the face.
What a tackle that is.
And Loves Jinx doing Loves Jinx things. But they do give it away again. And now they've got 3 players running through. Just a little bit offside. 13 minutes left of the game, 13 minutes left of the evening, boys and girls. If you're not already subscribed, please do so. VPG YouTube channel and Pro Clubs Weekly YouTube channel. 2-0 to For the win. 10 minutes to go. Fenerbahce, if you're going to get anything out of this game, it's got to be now.
Yeah.
Good feet. Good feet. Donun Sal into Emre. Free flow football from Fenerbahce, who have arguably looked better with 10 men, if I'm completely honest. Makes no sense. Again, Ardinho, good feet from him. Here we go with the header from 30 yards.
Does what you want, Table. Does what you want.
This team, I think they're trolling us. he flicked it up perfectly to hit that on the volley, and then you see a 25-yard header. I mean, I know it's the game. But it's funny because it's Fenerbahce.
But still, it's great.
Emre,
it's very nice.
Good feet from him. Power shot is shut down, and they're gonna get a free kick for it. Tell you what, Domino, get a cheeky goal here. Is it gonna let him? Yeah, he's gonna let them line it up. Not had too much to do has the Portuguese goalkeeper so far. Is he gonna be tested here? Let's find out. No, he's not. Vip and Co get in the way of that, and yeah, the player falls down to the floor, and that is Fenerbahce's season in a nutshell, Domino. They do have a corner though. Near post it is. Fabian wins it. The other Fabian loses it. Edge of the box. Luke 44 gives it to the Don. Vip and Co win that again for the win. Get a mystery free kick as well. Why not?
His game's absolutely chaos 8-ball, and I think that's it there. I do think
it's certainly not. Fabian through on goal, 1v1. The block, of course, it's fallen to Gothia, but he's offside.
He's just terrible at this job.
Here we go then. Stocks wins it high up this time and decides to come back because there's just too much craziness going on and it's making us look silly. They go all the way back to the goalkeeper for the win. Keeping the ball for the win, basically. 5th place, beating 14th place, and there it is. Game, set, and match for the last time this evening. For the win. They've done the business, Domino. They've done the business. It was looking like a good, even game up until that moment of madness.
You need to go see it back 8-ball because it genuinely.
If it comes up, we're for the win of jumping straight back out. It's a busy night for everyone. We told you this.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys can rewind the stream. You guys have the luxury of doing that. But
please, someone watch it, and then you need to message us privately to see what you saw because it was one of the wildest things I've ever seen. From like professional players playing in a high league that's not just a charity match.
And it cost them as well, Domino. Ultimately,
massively.
It cost them, which is a real shame because, like we said, you know that game was, it was really heating up. 2 good free-flowing attacking sides, and yeah, as you would expect in those circumstances, that goal just before halftime was absolutely massive for the win. But they went on and were very professional. About going about their business in that second half, especially as for the first 15-20 minutes of that second half, Fenerbahce were the better side. With 10.
Yeah, and both teams played really well. The red card did obviously play a massive factor, and for the win, if I'm honest with you, 8-ball, they started trying to do the showy stuff and the one too many passes, but I reckon for the win could have walked away with that quite handsomely.
Yep, and to be fair, they almost did. we won't get into the details of all the crazy stuff that happened in that game, but congratulations to For The Win showing us and showing you guys at home and Fenerbahce why they are 5th in the table and marching on with another 3 points. Right, that takes us to the end of tonight's stream. Tuesday night is done and dusted. Only one more Monday, only one more Tuesday, but luckily you've got 2 more Thursdays, starting with 2 days' time, 8 p.m. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel, VPG YouTube channel. This is the channel that's got the live streams on. And turn notifications on while you're there as well, so you don't miss any of the action, because sometimes we're quite late to the party and we just jump straight into a game, so you don't want to miss it. We are Pro Clubs Weekly on behalf of VPG, so make sure you, I got the right side this time, make sure you go and subscribe to our channel as well. We, clues in the question, do all things Pro Clubs, competitive Pro Clubs, of course. Yeah, continue to support competitive Pro Clubs in any way you can, starting by watching every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. It really does make a big difference, guys and girls. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in tonight. Hopefully see you guys on Thursday. It is week 7, which means next week is the final week, which means crunch time for leagues and cup finals. Hopefully, hopefully we'll see you there, but join us on Thursday first. We'll set the mood for you guys.
Love that. Hey, well, see you and our fans Thursday.
Yep, absolutely, guys. Have a good evening and see you in 2 days' time.
See ya.
Bye.